We set the scene for our final player, a rat-like humanoid lurking in the streets of Baldur's Gate, in the Rivington district, far from the city proper. We begin his day with him coming to consciousness in a collection of old shipping crates near the waterfront, cobbled together into a makeshift shelter.
Just running around trying to gather little bits of metal and smash them together and sort of tinkering with little bits and pieces.
Fair enough. You look an eye around, you can see people starting to get up. You've mostly been woken by the dock workers at this point because they're just getting started for the day. Getting ready for boats to drift downriver to... I forgot the name of the place and it's gone from my head. But to another settlement for supply runs, etc.
Stupid man things always make so much noise. Must be quiet. Must let mind work.
Okay. As you've... No, I'll move on to the next point from there. As you spend the morning, or at least a short while, seeing if you can get anything to function from your small collection of scrap metal and junk parts, you begin to feel hungry and decide to make your way to your usual spot. The trash of the Riverman's Rest.
Yes. On way. Find meat, morsel. Find food, sustenance. Yes. Make mind work. Yes. Muttering away to himself as he skitters along the streets.
As you reach the Riverman's Rest, the trash from the night before is still there. Could you make me a choice of perception or investigation to find breakfast?
Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Rolls. There we go.
That wasn't so great. Okay. You find yourself a number of stale, half-eaten, and rancid lumps of food. Nothing very appealing. You can eat them or not.
Yes. I would like to eat the rancid meat because it's all he has access to.
Oh, roll a con save for me.
Absolutely. Con save is
20. Yep, you guzzle that down without any real issue. You're quite used to eating spoiled food. And with that, your stomach is, well, not happy, but full.
oh, next time. We hunger for more. Better things.
Fair enough. Okay, you now have a choice of what to do. Pick a contact.
Ooh. Let's go see the smuggler.
Okay.
Or
You
Sven.
You make your way down to the Sven on the wharf side. He's sitting there, showing off his completely legal goods to passerbys, waiting for the code word. As he sees you sticking your head around corners and behind barrels and popping up, basically here, there, and everywhere to avoid being seen too much. He whistles low and attracts your attention.
Yes. Hello. Master Sven. How be?
I'm fine. Are you here to peruse again?
Yes. I look. Find shiny things. Make stone glow good. Must.
I have something that might interest you. As he takes out a small, round glass orb made green with a fair few number of cracks running through it.
Oh. Can let's try and discern what it is?
Sure,
Right.
Arcana or Insight.
Uh, he like darts back and forth around his hand.
So, you're not sure. It definitely has a magical function, but it does look quite broken.
I see. Your thing is magic, magic. I fix for you. Yes,
So,
yes.
I say you can buy it for 1 silver piece, as it's quite badly broken.
He's sort of starts patting down. I find uh, he holds out like a vial. Trade 1 vial.
He has a quick look at the vial. Is the vial intact?
Yeah, it's pretty grubby, but
Intact is good enough. He can use that to put something in at least. He will agree to trade you the orb for a vial.
yes. Quickly, like sort of as soon as he goes to hand it over, like snatch it and like hold it in hand and like just sort of absorbed in the looking it over and kind of not really paying much attention to him now.
Fair enough. As you're looking it over, some words are going to begin appearing on the orb.
Oh, a message from Great One. Must be me designed for greatness, big things.
Fair enough. The message reads, and I'm going to be cutting out words because of the cracks, so they won't be legible.
Mm-hmm.
As you ignored first message, please attend soon. Map to follow. And now you're holding it for a bit longer. You can establish that this orb is used to be able to send a message and have it recorded there for 24 hours. Much like the message spell, but it actually stays. It can be targeted as.
Oh.
So it's a little fluff magic item.
Sven, is magic paper. Is magic paper. I fix. I mean, good thing. Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fine, good
Now,
friend.
if you find anything to sell or else to trade, you know where I am. As he puts his slightly less legal merchandise back under the counter as a guard walks along.
Sort of probably as the guards come along, try and duck behind the counter a little bit.
Make a stealth check for them.
Ooh, what's my stealth? Stealth is
14. You don't think he's noticed you. He certainly hasn't stopped. He's walked past.
What are the guards like when they see me? Are they generally like a bit disgusted but will leave me alone unless I'm causing trouble, or am I like constantly having to hide?
The guards around, they've gotten fairly used to, as long as you're not doing anything horrible and as long as you don't go. What's the polite way of saying into the nice parts of town?
I'm
They
I'm
don't
a
seem to
I'm a
care.
reprobate.
Pretty much, yeah. As long as you stay in like the sort of poor and criminal-ish sections of town, they kind of ignore you.
Nice.
Seems a reasonable way to do it. Okay. Next point. Do we want to go see the other contact as well while we're running through?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your
With my
way.
orb tucked away.
Yep. So that message will stay there for 24 hours, and this is a really weird question.
Yes.
Just before, I don't know what spells you will have picked.
That's the point. Spells. No, wait, wrong app. Yes.
Did you happen to pick mending?
Characters. Be. No, I don't actually think I did.
Oh, fair enough. I was gonna say that was
I did
one
a
way
spell
to.
list to work out what I was going to do.
Hmm.
But, I don't think I ever fully confirmed stuff, but
Yeah.
let's check
Well,
it out. No, he hasn't got mending.
that's fine. That was one of the ways to repair it. It was just a thought if you did have it, 'cause I knew you had spells. Mhm. Next, you make your way down to the catacombs beneath part of the city. Here you find your contact in the Rivington Rats, who gives you a quiet nod and says, "Ratty,
Ratty. Yes, good meat.
I've got a job for you today. Easy
Yeah.
one, but one we don't want to get caught doing. All you
All
gotta do,
job easy for me.
all you gotta do, is you gotta go get the guard schedule for the Wines Crossing.
And pay.
Hey, I have a choice of things for you. I'm gonna guess you don't put much stock in coin.
Not really.
Yeah, so I was assuming that was kind of the case. So, I have this collection of old maps. I have this, as he then begins to take out a giant wheel of cheese. Or I have, and then he takes out a little set of quite nice little daggers, throwing daggers.
Yes. I choose now, or I choose when job done.
You can choose when the job's done.
Yes. Any optional? Get more things?
If you can do it without getting caught so they don't know it's done, you can have 2 of the rewards.
Excellent. Yes. A great one will be pleased.
You'll probably want to get to the Bridges End pub. The guards should be changing shift and having their lunch in there if you want to lift it off one of them.
Yes, I go. And yeah, I'd like to.
The Bridges End
Bye,
pub.
Ratty. Bridges End.
Fair enough. Making your way to the Bridges End pub, can you roll stealth checks for me? Because you're now coming out of Rivington and
Yes.
onto the Wines Crossing.
First one.
11. That just about passes the passive perception of guards, thankfully. You make your way onto the Wines Crossing, and you don't think you've been seen crossing through the bridge gates, but it's hard to tell if they just don't care or they just haven't seen you. You make your way to the Bridges End pub. It's a small, 2-story little affair with an overhanging front. Most of the patrons tend to be guards changing shift, or, to be honest, occasionally you get some dock workers who've gone out for a slightly nicer day out as opposed to the Riverman's Rest. How do you want to make your way inside? You can either go through the doors, you can try and sneak around, up to you.
Would I have any idea where the guard schedule would be?
The guards would have a copy of the schedule on themselves, or you could make your way all the way over to the Wine's Nest, where it's like the head office.
How big is the building?
The Wine's Nest or this one?
This one.
It's a 2-story pub. You reckon it's got about 8 big tables inside?
Have a look through the window and see what guards and see what I can see through that, or window, or crack the door, or whatever like that.
Window's fine. Make a perception check.
Perception. I'll be setting up my character token so I have everything a bit better soon.
Oh,
9.
flat 9. There are a number of guards in there. It's about what you can tell with that.
How big does the room look?
Oh, the room, it's about a 30 by 30 foot room with a bar blocking off 10 feet on one side. And stairs on the far left, going up to the second floor.
Like to quietly, if I can,
Mhm.
cast Fog Cloud in the pub.
Ooh. Okay, let's see how everyone's going to react to that.
And then basically my idea is to cast that, and then while it's all foggy, sneak in and rob one of them of the schedule.
Fair enough. Make a sleight of hand check, because they're just going to be staggering around based on these rolls.
Then that's +4. 11.
11. Okay, that still beats passive perception of a guard, amazingly, because for some reason they don't get proficiency. Which is weird. Yeah. Okay, so you slip in and put your hand into the pocket of the fur. Actually, can you see in the fog if you've cast it?
It is. It's heavily obscured, so I think people can still like see.
Fair enough. It's
But
just with disadvantage or -5 to passive perceptions.
oh no, a heavily obscured area such as darkness, opaque fog, or dense foliage blocks vision entirely.
Yeah, so you can't see too well either. But
No.
if you remembered where one of them was or were listening, let's have a perception check from you to try and work out where someone is as well.
A 2.
2. Okay. You have robbed someone of something. Whether or not it was a guard, you're not quite sure. You make your way back outside, remembering the route you took, and find you seem to have lifted the coin purse of the bartender.
Amazing. Can I duck into a little alley and try and see how much is in the coin purse?
Sure. So you duck down the side of the pub. You've got 3 gold pieces, 2 silver pieces, and 5 copper pieces.
Right. Not what I wanted, but very handy for me.
That's a good score. Do you want to try again? Because Fog Cloud, I believe, lasts for 2 minutes. Or 10 minutes, I forget.
1 hour.
An hour? Okay,
Yeah.
do you want to try and catch them on the way out? If they... Hang on, let's give the guards another chance to find their way out. One of them has made it to the door. Do you want to duck back inside and have another go, or do you want to try and lift it off this guy as he's getting out?
What's he doing at the door? Is he like
He's
looking
currently
back into the pub or looking
he's
around?
looking back into the pub, shouting to try and direct the others out.
Yeah, I'll try and come up behind him and rob him while he's distracted doing that.
Fair enough. Make another sleight of hand check for me.
That is a 4. Oh,
Ooh, nice. 19. Not only do you relieve him of his document packet, you also relieve him of his coin purse and his sword, before making your way swiftly away without being seen.
I would like to,
Ooh.
as soon as I get the stuff, cast Expeditious Retreat. And actually, is that concentration as well? It is. I would not like to do that. I would like to just leg it normally.
Fair enough. You run swiftly away from the bridge's end and find yourself resting up against the wall, which doubles as the gate for the Wimes crossing, to go over your findings.
Yes. Very good, good. Smiles upon me.
Okay, so you have found a regular short sword. That's it. A coin purse containing uh, 3 gold pieces, 4 silver pieces, and 7 copper pieces.
3 gold pieces.
4 silver, 7 copper. Luckily, you got there before he drank it all. And you have a small pack of documents. Would you like to go through said documents? Can you read?
Uh,
If you speak common, you can probably read it.
yeah.
So,
He's
okay.
pretty intelligent, so I reckon he would have picked up. Or he's very intelligent, actually, so yeah.
Okay. So, make I believe investigation is the intelligence one?
Uh-huh.
For what you've got there.
Bum.
11. Okay. So, amongst the regular documents, 11. Damn, +7. You are not rolling that well on some of these. Okay, so you find the guard schedule for this week and next week.
Nice.
You find a small, crudely drawn map with a few details on and the words Border Forest. Other than that, it seems to be general documentation, citations, tickets, basically his duty log.
Like to keep the schedule and the map, and then the other stuff just useless things throw on the floor.
It's probably best not to be caught with them. That's a good idea. Okay. I assume are going to make your way back to your contact. Okay. As you make your way back to the contact, let's have a stealth for crossing the Wimes Crossing gate again.
8. Oh,
17. This time, no one even moves as you basically slip straight through. Although you do hear a bit of an uproar, something about a guard being mugged. But
yes. Plan go well.
you make your way back to the catacombs under part of the city, and you see Ratty standing there with his keeping a low profile in the corner as usual.
Ratty, yes. Complete, as always. The Great One smiles upon me.
Good.
Me.
Good. And were you caught?
No, of course not. It's too smart for these man things.
Good. Now, which of these rewards did you want? As he brings back out the 3 selections.
So it's daggers, cheese, and
Set of maps.
paper. Things good. Knowledge, good. Hunger. Well, must eat. Always hungry.
Fair enough. So cheese and the maps.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Completely fine. Okay. So you take those, and then we've now got the end. So you're just trying to find somewhere to sort of set out for the evening, so you can eat your cheese, have a look over your maps, and that's about it really for your evening. So where do you want to have a look? Do you want to head back to where you were before? Do you want to try and find a new nest, as it were?
Try and find a new. I think he tries to like move about quite regularly.
Fair enough. Okay, roll a investigation check for finding a good spot. One of these has to go your way.
Oh, 7 spot to poop.
Hey, 21. You find down on the actual riverfront there's an overturned boat that will make a reasonable place for this evening.
Yes. Great abode.
As you settle down for the evening, you decide to go over your new acquisitions while
Yes.
you enjoy some cheese. Go ahead and as you can read, so you've got time to sit there and do this. It's not a quick thing. As you go over the maps, you notice included in the set of maps is one much larger and much finer version of the crudely drawn map you had before, along with concurrent world maps that show you pretty much exactly where it is.
Nice.
And there's a small folded up letter just in the bottom of the case. Oh yeah, the maps came in a case. I should have mentioned that.
Ooh. Map case.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. It may actually come in good hand.
Mm,
Good hand.
they are
like
surprisingly helpful.
I'd like to read the letter.
Mm,
Does it have a seal or anything on? What do you
It-
know about seals? Does it look interesting, or is it just a normal
it's
letter?
a folded up four. If you imagine it's like an A4 piece of paper just folded into quarters down the bottom, it doesn't fit with the rest of it.
Ah, yes. I'd like to open it up.
I'll say two. I it does. Uh, you were going without a name, weren't you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, fair enough. This was supposed to be slightly weird that he knew everyone's names, but that's fine. I was going to say, dear my colleague in Baldur's Gate, if you have received my other messages, I am wondering why you are still here. Please make your way to the location marked on the maps I've sent you. The power you seek will be there, along with several other unusual people. Please make your way with much haste. I see you could not find all of my help, but at the same time, I would like for you to still attend as soon as possible. And there is directions quite clearly to a ringed section on the map of the border forest. And forever yours, the. And then there's a large missing section, as if a word should have been written in, but isn't. And then the word king.
Ah, some summons must be great horned ones, servant, the new destined for great things, things. And yeah, I'd like to I guess if it's quite late in the evening, settle down and then start making my way there for this
Tomorrow.
power.
Okay, and on the way, could you roll me 2 percentiles?
Yes.
This will determine some fun things.
They're D100s, aren't they?
Yeah, D100s.
Bum. Fun things.
Ooh,
38 and a 35.
low range, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. Really close together.
Hmm.
38. Okay, we'll start that. Along the way, you spend. Probably have to go about half a day or so's travel outside your route, as you avoid two particularly hungry and surprisingly unpicky trolls who were trying to eat you
Oh.
at your equivalent level 1 to 2. And 35, you spend an evening in the company of cannibals. Jesus, I really
Amazing.
ran out of ideas when I was writing this. And end up escaping as you start to realise that rat stew would be on their next menu list.
Oh.
Before making your way to the border forest, coming up through the forest to avoid, anyone seeing you on the main roads. You make your way to a particularly fine-looking keep. It's a little weather-worn, it doesn't look well attended out front, but it still stands tall and strong. As you see coming from 3 other directions, a dwarf in military garb, a half-orc in shiny armor with 2 buffoons following him, and 1 person following him, and a human coming up from a 3rd direction in a leather trench